sorry about that. So what had happened was my microphone didn't catch, because I'm using a pair of earphones, and I'm talking to you without earbuds in. No, not at all, not me. Anyway, yeah, the microphone that was attached to it wasn't good. I had to, turn it off, turn it on, and all that. But I think we're all squared away here. Let's bring up the curtain and get to the new setup. Isn't it great? All right. So anyway, now the poster's a little fucked up, but that's all right. It's good there. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. You'll rip it. Uh, hello everybody. Again, welcome back to the stream. Uh, I'm doing good. If you followed the Instagram, I posted a thank you to the first 50 followers on the Instagram, which is very big, at least for me. I spent the last like week and a half really just like learning Procreate, not Procreate. Yeah, that's it. Yo, Premiere, excuse me. Premiere. I was I have the entire creative suite, and I learned how to do a Premiere in like 3 days, and then I was cutting and pasting and uh, learning all this software edit, learning all this new stuff. I've never edited video before. I've never done it, and then I basically I learned everything on the fly, and the first two things that came out, uh, I'm really proud of. And yeah, they're short, but darn it, I did it. That was really cool. Uh, so normally I would have intro music playing. Normally I like a little smooth jazz, like a little lo-fi. Now I don't mean to cast dispersions. I mean, or rather disparagements, I'll say. But the last song that we listened to before I had to cut the microphone, before I had to restart the stream, uh, that guy that guy really missed a note. he did he hit the note, didn't stick the landing. Uh, then it's just like, well, it was a nice royalty-free blues song. Hopefully he got better. But I'm not, you know, what's who's to say better in blues singing? You just say, blues. You just sing because you're upset. I'm not looking for a fucking Pavarotti, behind a bass guitar, or rather, a bass. My shirt is from a follower of mine, Carbonated Peach Milk. I'll yeah, I'll make sure I'll post it somewhere for when I cut the stream. But I'm gonna give them credit. I really liked the chicken. I'm gonna try and shout out people who follow me, fellow artists, by wearing one of their posts. There's like a little T-shirt here. So great work, uh, Carbonated Peach Milk Cluck. My name is Buck, and I'm here to cluck. Uh, so yeah, I've been watching also coverage on the space here. Oh, sorry, wait a little bit. Um, oh, I this almost I almost glanced over something really big, really big. Now, I owe a lot of my channel's growth and exposure to uh streamer Demon Mama. She gave me a slot to introduce myself to a community I was brand new in, not only to hers, but to the leftist space. To be honest, like I said, I'm brand new, um, and their community has been really great, and I owe a lot to them, and I owe a lot to Demon Mama. But that does not excuse this horrible, horrible take I found. I was cutting up audio, to use for the channel preview, thinking that Demon Mama deserves a slot on here, and she deserves to have a shout out. Not that she needs me to do it, but regardless, I think it'll be my kindness will be her undoing, because I have this audio here from the beginning of the Pride stream.
I do love Putin.
Did you hear that? Did you guys hear that? We'll play it again. Play this horrible, horrible thing again. Now I want you to let's get it full screen, because I need you guys to listen very carefully. We're exposing her today. There she is, front and center. All right, Demon Mama, what do you got to say for yourself? Play, damn you. Don't. She cursed me. She's cursed my stream. That Demon Mama, I knew she was up to no good. All right, found it. Here's what she said on her stream.
I do love Putin.
I can't believe she said this. I'm so disappointed in her. I thought she was an upstanding lady. I thought she was on the level. But then I hear this.
I do love Putin.
Just awful. The absolute, like, the ignorance spewing from her mouth about this. I can't fathom it. Just, again, I want to make sure everybody hears this.
I do love Putin.
Oh my God, it almost makes me cry. It almost makes you cry. Now, you don't need to search the rest of that video. You don't need to see what she said after that. You don't need to see it. The proof is right here. It's right here. She can't hide from it. No need to go back and look at the entire stream. 9 hours of a really wonderful stream with a lot of really interesting guests. No, this is what you have to remember.
I do love Putin.
Just so disappointing. I expected better from you, Demon Mama. I don't know what to think now. First Anna Kasparian, now Demon Mama. Who's next? Who will be next? Not me, I'll tell you. Ugh, she better.
I do love Putin.
She really needs to turn this around. This is awful messaging here. She better hope that she's talking about a delicious Canadian dish from her trip to Canada. Sounds like she had a great time. No. Pure evil. No. This is it.
I do love Putin.
Awful. She'll be remembered for this. You were on the wrong side of history today, Demon Mama. I urge you to take this time to reflect. Just isn't it terrible? That's why you never meet your heroes. Or people people who streams. Oh God, and how I'm causing trouble. Now I feel bad now. Maybe she wasn't talking about the horrid Russian authoritarian, but the delicious Canadian side dish. But we'll never know. We'll never know her true motives. So you can only wonder. Only wonder. Anyway, so while I'm cutting and pasting, while I'm editing, and while I'm, getting all my shit together, I have on my YouTube sidebar a bunch of like breadtube highlights, videos, and things like that. Because I'm lazy to go rewatch, lefty streamer lore. but I saw this one guy, Infrared Infrared Haas, whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah. So apparently, the first time I saw him, um, was during the height measuring contest between him and Caleb Maupin at some weirdo, like some weirdo communist or pseudo communist convention. Was really just basically a timeshare pitch for a cult. Uh, yeah, they gave him the podium and had him speak. So already his cred is on shaky ground with me. Let me see if I can. Oh shit! Sorry, close this out. Cause I don't want my mouse is floating around here. So I laughed at him. I thought it was funny, and then I, just went about editing and all that. Uh, but then I actually got a real infrared suggestion about the writer's strike, and this was 2 months ago. So I admit I missed it, and I haven't. But then again, like, yeah, I missed his video, and he did it 2 months ago. But let me lay down some truth real quick. If you're a left, or if you're a political commentator, and the first thing I know from you is uh like either drama or just or even just any kind of grandstanding. I don't know. You know, I'm trepidatious, and from what I've seen, I don't think this guy's much of a communist. But not that I'm the arbiter of communism, but you know, we'll get into it. So let's pull up the drawing time. Let's pull up Photoshop anyway because we're gonna. Oh, shake hand. I have it. I have it set up, but he's currently in the other room. So at least the one day I set up for Shay, ready for Shay Cam, what he does instead is he just goes to the other room and sleeps in his actual bed. So, just can't win. Just can't win with that dog. I love him, and nobody better disparage him. I don't want to hear anything about my Shaby baby, except good things. Anyway, anyway, yeah. So, oh, yes, I want to see. Not today. The meme of Japan's most embarrassing man. That is very funny. But maybe for another day. Yes, here it is, right here. Why do leftists support Hollywood writers? Now, I'm going to give you the answer to this real quick. Let's get this full screen so we see what the title is here. You see what this is about. Okay, so why do leftists support Hollywood writers? This is a really easy question. This is a really easy question to answer. Leftists support Hollywood writers because billionaires are threatening to take away their livelihood in a way that is so mask off it's almost fascistic. Almost. And everybody else is going to be replaced with some kind of machine. That's the core of the fight. They don't want to pay real people for their labor. Instead, they want to replace everybody with a robot and tell the striking workers, you're going to enjoy it. And basically, we're at the what I like to call the fuck off and die stage of post-capitalism. So, and also, Vosh did a pretty good job covering the Kenneth Mejia. He tweeted about the trees being trimmed in around I think it was the Paramount lot in Studio City, which is wild to think about. We'll get another set of eyes on that, but they actually did trim the trees where strikers were picketing, so they were exposed to the hot sun. this guy, Haas, who got his golden sword. Come on. Come on, dude. That doesn't. Immediately, I have a problem with him because now I see his fucking golden scimitar here. Like, dude, gold is a terrible metal to make a weapon. I would imagine, like, look, maybe because I'm a pleb with weapons, I don't collect them. I don't think. I would imagine that if you had a weapon on a wall, it meant like it was used. It was used to fight, and then it was retired, and they just put it on the wall. You know, are you telling me this guy here would charge into battle with a golden sword that wouldn't cut a stick of butter on a hot day? Yeah, actually, I would. It's like I don't. You got to take your toys off the wall, dude. Before you talk to me about striking workers not being actual workers, like that's crazy to me. Oh, actually, you know what? I know how he got his sword here. He got 100 kills just while sliding with the sword, and now he's got the Achivo and the golden sword skin. Very good, very very good. All right, and you know while we're listening to this goof, this supposed communist, uh, learning communist theory in real time. What the fuck? Hold up. Computer, enhance. 4.5 hours? This guy must be a savant. He must be a real dynamo, this guy. If he went for 4 hours debating President Sunday, which, also not entirely familiar, but I would imagine, just from the little things I've seen of him, and I think from he was on the Signal stream. He was on the Signal boost. He sounded like a pretty smart fella. So, did they actually match in a battle of wits? We'll see. Also, we're going to be drawing the next Super Steam World. I. It's a joke about Anna Kasparian and Ben Shapiro. I hope this, okay, a little bit of my philosophy when it comes to drawing comics, right? Or when it comes to drawing like political satire and shit like that. Um, I like more. I like making fun of ideas more than people because people can always change. You know, ideas may stay the same, and you know people adapt new ones as as they get older or as they get more wiser. Oh, I lost my point. Oh, damn. 88 ADHD. Uh, but yeah. Oh no, this was what I was talking about. Um, yeah. So she's barking another dog out the window. I don't know if you guys heard it. Um, also, I have a little bit. I'm a little bit on the spectrum, so sometimes it takes me a little bit to remember exactly what I was talking about. It's a weird trap I fall into. I not only get easily distracted, but I lose my train of thought very very easily. Something about details putting. Ugh, I fucking fried my own brain. I think maybe we should just let the video speak for itself. I forgot exactly. I had this whole spiel. I had this whole spiel. I forgot what I was talking about. It'll come back to me. Oh, that's right. Core tenet of core. Let me pull back in the fucking setting. Let me pull back in the serious setting after I completely derailed myself for forgetting what I was gonna say. Um, yeah. So my philosophy when it comes to drawing is that I make fun of people's ideas, not the people themselves, because people can change and ideas, they adapt and grow over time. because, you could be a lovely person but still have a shit take, you know? And, and an easy way to fix bad takes is to broaden your horizons and try and find a way to get other perspectives and make your own, conclusions based on people's interactions, not by straight up gut feeling. Uh, yeah, but some people, some people are just like straight up, but yeah, I will make fun of. Like when I wrote the second comic, let's pull up the Instagram. Actually, I'll pull up the joke in question. Let's add a new source here. Sorry, let's add a new source. Let's go to desktop capture. Let's go to Instagram. There we are. So we're going to Super Steam World number 2. This is, well, at the time of Super Fantastique. Initially, I wanted to continue a comic from a student newspaper I fell in love with as a kid. It's weird, but it kind of influenced me in a really big way. Oh, I missed it. Okay. This here. Let's see if I can't get it, on the screen good. Doesn't need to be perfect, but I'll just... Yeah, this joke here, right? Now, this was made in March. This comic was dropped, well, not March, April. And even then, the idea, this was about a week old, or like a week and a half old when it came out. When this comic came out after the whole birthing person fiasco. But I didn't make fun of the person Anna Kasparian. I just thought like, oh, this is just one silly take. But after the doubling, tripling, and then quadrupling down, is this okay? Now I'm making fun of you. Now I'm making fun of you because you have made all of these choices that have made a situation potentially far worse for any sort of like recompense. Uh, so if I can do it through laughter and poking and prodding to get you to stop, I mean, if you look, if she doesn't want hate online, then I'm not giving her hate. I'm giving her funny. I like to be funny. Also, it's better for my heart. But yeah, no, this comic is just straight up making fun of the both of them because these are like active decisions. But as a rule, I will mostly not make fun of people as so much as ideas and things that aren't permanent. You know. Oh, but this guy also, this guy we're gonna straight up goof on. I have a very very bad feeling about the takes that we're gonna hear out of this one. So okay, got that here. We're set up nice. Not that this was anything nice to set up for, but we did it. There we go. And now we're gonna open for my next trick. We're gonna open the comic that I was working on here. Oh, this was 7/15. I mean, I wanted this comic to come out 10 days ago. Whoopsie doodle. Oh well. All right, let's get this out of here. We got everything level, everything on the level. Oh, except this shit because of course it fucked up. There we are. Here we go. Upside down. Blow them up a little. Look at that. Now he looks somewhat presentable. Alright. Let's see what this guy's got to say for himself.
There's a writer's strike. A lot of the
Oh, god damn. I didn't want him shouting at me.
people, you know, who write all of the things we love on TV nowadays, like on Netflix and elsewhere, they're going on a writer's strike. Let me show this to you. Where this is Adam Conover from Adam Hates Everything. I think it's from BuzzFeed. And they're going on a strike.
Adam ruins everything. First strike against him. First strike against this Haas character. He got the name of the show wrong. I'm not gonna pause. I really am not gonna pause so much. This is 28 minutes. I've seen enough streams and I've done enough streams where if I keep pausing, 28 minutes has become 2.5 hours. So let's just give this guy enough rope to hang himself. We'll pause.
To improve their working conditions. All of these Netflix writers and all these writers of Disney Plus and all these other things, they're all going on a strike as the United Working Class, going on strike to get better conditions.
Yeah, that's right.
And here's what I have to say, and here's my message to them, all right? Are you ready?
No.
I fully support irregular forces breaking up these strikes with the ruthless iron fist of strike breakers. I fully support rounding up every single writer who is going on strike and putting them in jail for 45 days and then that's my view, okay?
Wait! Wait! What? Why? The threat is being replaced by robots, and now, Chairman Haas is gonna throw everybody in jail? Jeez, I'm crow. Yeah, we writers just can't fucking win.
This is clearly a workers' proletarian uprising. Oh, sure it is. Oh, sure it is. I am sick of people pretending like every attempt at unionization and every attempt at employees organizing themselves for better conditions is something worth my support. And in this case, it's actually worth my opposition and enmity. And I'll explain why that is.
Because you're a useful idiot for fascists.
These writers are salaried parasites who got the positions they did.
No, they're not. They're hourly.
Bureaucratic bullshit, career climbing bullshit.
Nope, they didn't.
Oftentimes based on woke institutional blackmailing. That they want better quotas and more inclusivity. These are a bunch of pencil-pushing, degree-having losers who have no creativity or talent whatsoever.
Despite,
and they feel entitled to better conditions, even though...
Does this guy, watch anything? Does he, consume any other media? Does he know that there are writers that are on strike writing things that he potentially likes? I don't know if this guy I don't even know if this guy owns a TV, which, that's not the worst thing. I don't own a TV. I have basically, a monitor. I don't have, a cable box or nothing. But, dude, do you not watch TV? Do you not, consume any other mode of entertainment other than just listening to yourself speak? Doubt it.
Their position wasn't chosen by popular demand.
What?
It's not like they have the jobs they do because the shit they churn out is popular.
He doesn't know how unions work. Some communist. He doesn't know how unions work. Yeah, writers aren't paid on a salary. They're paid hourly. It's part of being in a union. It's wages. You understand? They're not getting actors aren't getting residuals, and writers are forced to work in even horrible conditions and being paid for one day when their work could be used for a week. That's, the bare bones of of the strike, but Haas immediately misses the mark on and also unions are an entirely democratic process. Everything from card checks. Actually, card checking is the most direct way to form a union. What does he think? The union, like the writers' union, is in cahoots with the producers? Like, what is he talking? Ooh-wee. Wow, we are in for a fucking trip. Buckle up.
It's not popular at all. Even the shows that are on the top of the ratings are only because
what
there's
shows?
nothing else to watch. The truth is,
what
Americans
shows?
have an extreme poverty of movies, of TV.
Not really.
Of themes. Everything you
nope.
see on Netflix nowadays coming from America is garbage. All the movies you see is garbage. Everything you see from Disney Plus, it's garbage. It's disgusting. It makes people's
likes
stomach turn how disgusting and evil it is.
And
these are the people behind it.
What are you talking about?
Losers.
Oh, what a tough guy he had to swear.
Workers, by the way, and want to have a union or the Writers Guild of America. Shut the fuck up. These people need to be put in jail.
This
because
guy. Why?
I just feel like they are.
Haas. What kind of communist are you going against the workers here? Yes, they should be replaced by robots. Yes, people who are in far higher positions of power and money should do anything they want. Haas, what's going to happen when AI comes for, I don't know, streaming? It'll happen. Because once, if they have their way and writers' rooms are totally decimated, and I don't have a job to go back to, and yeah, Haas, it affects me, because I'm a worker, I'm an electrician, but, he probably won't tell you that, because he doesn't know how any of this shit works. He just, likes to hear himself dither about nothing, with a fucking golden sword on his wall. Oh, I can't get over that. I can't get over how fucking corny it is. Like, from a design perspective, it's crazy. It's like one bright yellow fake sword toy here and a nice rug and just white nothingness, blankness. That's just, dude. What is your deal?
Are enemies of the people. By the way,
how are they enemies of the people?
Workers. They don't produce any surplus value. They're not working class. They're just employees.
Dude,
okay?
Yes, they.
Employees.
What do you think employees are?
There's
what?
If they're working class, why don't they go work on a construction site?
Oh, what a fucking asshole!
If they're working class, they're not. And then people may say, "But hi, you're a streamer."
This is the last time I'm going to pause it because I just want to, I think it's going to set the tone for the rest of the video here. That I may not know much about Haas, but I've seen, the Marxist-Leninist kind of, line that these guys like to straddle. This is complete gibberish. This is red fascism. Throw people in jail that I don't consider to be the working class. So, look out for Commandante Haas. Or what is he? Chairman Haas. Excuse me. Commandante, Chairman, Dickhead. We got a whole lot of names for this guy. Scab. Pathetic, worm, spineless, coward. Plenty. Plenty of names.
I'm a streamer by popular demand. If every day went like today...
Well, clamoring for Haas.
For the rest of the stream. Every day went like today, I couldn't stream, right? I'm able to stream due to popular demand. Because people support me. My audience directly gives me money because they want to see me streaming. They want to see me continue doing what I'm doing. That's not true for any of these writers, though. These writers get hired by these massive companies.
No, they actually...
write. Not by popular demand, not because what they're doing is...
What do you mean by popular demand? Yes, it is. What do you mean by popular demand? A popular demand for TV shows? Yeah, there is a demand. It's like he's totally clueless as to how quite possibly literally anything works.
Metric or even subjective metric. I mean, even in terms of popular taste, they don't have the positions they do because what they write is tasteful or popular.
What does
They have
Haas
the
do?
positions they do
What
because
does
it
this guy do?
fulfills whatever agenda or whatever goal these companies have
Is he
to turn out woke and diverse and acceptable jibber jabber and nonsense.
Well,
What's so disgusting and self-serving about
what
this
is
too
his idea of entertainment? This is what I
leftists will
don't
sit here
understand.
and they will give this 100,000 likes, and all of these leftists who are intelligentsia, who have these
Oh
intelligentsia
my
based
god.
positions,
What is the
mental laborers, in other words, in such a self-serving way, will go their whole lives sympathetic to Marxist or communist ideology, and then finally
straight up anti-intellectualism? This guy is like oozing jello from his mouth. Jello that used to be his brain. Like, do you guys catch any of this? Like, am I not getting something? Did I miss something? What in his mind does this not register as worker? I'm still very confused. Maybe we have another 23 minutes of this, so let's hope he gets to the bottom of this fucking soon.
wake up and go, you know what? I'm gonna do it. And then they're gonna literally go on strike in their stupid pencil pushing office job or their creative mental laborer job, thinking that they're reenacting the class struggles of the past described in the Communist Manifesto.
These guys.
Let me ask you, how worried are you about the writers' strike?
I just hope everyone is treated equally. I hope that they get what they deserve, and I hope that people listen to them. People.
They're asked, why are you watching Variety, though?
People strike for a reason because they're unaware. Now is the time you should get fired.
What?
Now is the time to get fired. It's such a cope. I'm gonna go on strike. But you're not needed. You're talentless. You're worthless.
What the hell does he think
Nobody
that...
needs you. What we need is new, fresh talent that doesn't come from the institutions you come from. We need new.
Where do you think writers come from?
Not come from the institutions, the colleges or the academies that you.
Where do you think all this shit comes from, Haas? The fucking ground? You scrounge out writers like fucking potatoes, and then you boil them in a pot and you stir them and toss a little milk in there, boil, mash them, stick them in a stew, and then you come out with a script? No, dude. It's organized labor that you're hired when you're in a union through a hiring hall. And through writers that you know or that you've worked with that move from one room to the other. Yes, that is part of the job. It's also who you know. But these aren't, let's actually take a look at the, if we can't find a demographic of where people are in, Writers Guild, demographic, I would think. Yeah, let me put up, full screen, because I'm gonna take a look at this. I'm gonna see if we can get this stat in real time. Percentage of women joining the guild rose from 41 to 53. Okay, cool. Percentage of disabled writers joining the guild tripled, rising from only 2% to 7%. Okay. While the percentage of LGBTQ plus new joins nearly doubled, from 12 to 22. That's a big deal. Inclusion and equity report. Does it have research for fact sheets? Let's see, inclusion report. Maybe they have yeah, like exactly where everybody is on a spectrum here. or let's see if it has anything like what they're getting, where their economic background is. Diversity report, population. Okay, so there's, more women, more people who aren't, cis straight white men, which is cool. Writers over 55 are subject to the same ageism that pervades all of Hollywood. Yes, that is true. Screenwriter employment. Yep. Gender and ethnicity. Sure, but we're going for, yeah, this is all inclusivity. This doesn't have any, this doesn't say like where they're coming from economics. But that shouldn't matter. That's the thing. No matter what walk of life they're coming from, they're striking because there's an industry that they're working in, and the value of their labor, whether he likes to think it's labor or not, is being massively undervalued. But he doesn't get that, because he thinks that if you're smarter than him, which is a very real possibility, then you're for whatever reason beneath him. What a strange guy. It's a strange guy.
You need to be replaced. There's so much.
Also, first of all, why are you taking stock in Haas? Why are you taking stock in watching an interview from Variety? Like, Variety is going to talk to the people who are, they're going to talk to the celebrities. They're not going to talk to people on the line. Okay? So immediately your framing is skewed.
Fresh blood that could replace.
What does he mean by fresh? What do you mean by that?
It's just like when Starbucks baristas decide that they want to go on strike. Go on strike, by all means. Then you'll realize how useless and unnecessary you are when the service sector just gets automated. By all means. See,
but that he's banking. He's banking on the automation of everything, having an immediate effect, which is again not how it works. But he's got this all wrong. But let's finish this, because if we, like I said, if we keep pausing, we're gonna be here forever. So.
It's always the most essential workers that would go on strike. And
what is essential to you? What is essential to you?
The interests of labor. But nowadays, it's always the most superfluous.
He doesn't understand the
laborers, aka mental.
He doesn't understand the dynamic between, how people who are, how the upper crust see labor. They don't. Like, you have, Chairman Haas going, fresh blood, we need fresh blood, but fresh blood is almost always, taken advantage of, underpaid, undercut. Because people, the whole point of the strike is that executives are devaluing labor of people who generate a product for people to see. This is the United States, dude. What else do we export, really? What else do we have? We can't make a fucking car worth a fuck. We have to have debates online on what fucking toaster works the best. We can't even agree on our own brand of socialism. Like, the only thing we have is movies. Like, it's so intrinsic to American culture. If you were to eliminate the Hollywood, working force, the entire thing would collapse. And then you would have nothing to watch. And then if you don't have anything to watch, Haas, you can't pretend that you're cultured when you're talking to a woman that will ultimately dump you after the first day because she thinks you're a lunatic. And TV shows were the one thing that fed the illusion that you're interesting. Or smart.
labor employees who exercise the power of labor to react
Where's my
against
pen?
their own superfluousness, to react against
What is
the
like
fact
he
of their own
doesn't consume
uselessness,
any
the fact that they're
media.
just
He
not
doesn't
needed anymore, the fact that
he
they can
doesn't
be
watch
easily
TV.
replaced, and the only reason they have the positions they do is because of bureaucracy.
No.
Elon Musk fired like what 90% of Twitter. And Twitter just works fine, and it's never
Oh
been
yeah,
better,
just
anyone who says Twitter is the worst it's ever been, that's outright propaganda. Where does that come from? Twitter works fine. There's nothing wrong with Twitter.
Oh yeah, Twitter,
right
dude.
now.
Yeah, Twitter works just fine. What was trending yesterday? One trending Ben Shapiro. The other thing trending below it, the Holocaust. Yeah. Really great. A website that could have been a public service, like spontaneous, basically combusted. He brought it all down. Oh, and he talks about useless labor, and yet he just throws Elon Musk. Elon Musk skeleton crew out there. Yeah, it's working great. Oh my god. This man has the intelligence quotient of a jellyfish.
At all. What's wrong with Twitter? I don't get it. Nothing. But they say, oh, he ruined it. No, he didn't. He fired a bunch of useless people.
What does he mean by useless?
Nothing changed as far as the functionality of Twitter is concerned. And now they're running damage control to spread the narrative that Twitter doesn't work.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
That these workers are somehow needed in society, and they're not. They can all be fired. They can all be deported for all we're concerned. And nothing would change.
To be fair, I also got to remember this was 2 months ago. He made this claim. He made this video. What was the date? May 6th. Yeah, this is an old one. So let's just not like he's I severely doubt he would have gone back to this or retracted anything from this chicanery. But that's why we're just gonna let it. We're gonna let it ride.
Every dollar given to one of these writers, who you can now replace with Chat GPT and AI, by the way, you can easily replace them with that.
Why do you think that's good?
Is a dollar that could have been invested in productive industry.
Like
that
what?
Would actually materially make people's lives better.
Like what?
Communist Party USA went downhill as soon as it started supporting these fucking writers. Oh God, the writers' strike picket outside of Warner Brothers in Los Angeles.
I just don't think he likes the writers because they are probably smarter than him.
Because one to me that HBO's newest show, The House of Dragons, is not going to get another season. That great show, The House of Dragons, which is just about a bunch of white-haired people doing incest, and a show where they made a black Targaryen.
Was he upset about that?
If you don't know who the Targaryens are, they are pale-skinned, white-haired people.
Oh, boy.
Who all look the same in terms of their complexion and hair color. And these writers who are on strike right now decided it would be smart to create a black Targaryen.
Why not?
I shit you not. I shit you not. And they call that representation.
Who made you the fucking arbiter of the show? You didn't write this shit.
It's literally comedy. That's how silly it is.
Trust me, we got it is comedy.
Trying to make a movie about George Washington.
Oh my God, this is comedy. We got the best seat in the house.
Me with my big beard.
And small dick.
Looking how I do. And I star as George Washington. That would be like creating a fucking movie about...
A dream come true for him. I'm finishing Haz's sentence here. A dream come true for him. He wants to be the guy. He wants to be in that position of authority, of that power. He wants to tell people what to do. So that's what he means. He's being, he thinks he's being funny by saying, imagine me as George Washington. Now, he imagines himself as not George Washington, but like Mao or Stalin every day. This guy dreams for the... This guy dreams of power. Let's see if I can. Oh, I had it. It's like he's talking to me. Steamboat, don't make fun of me. Alright, sorry.
About Yao Ming, the Chinese basketball player,
What?
and having me play Yao Ming.
But he's not. But that's not what's
hairy
happening.
Arab Lebanese guy who in no way looks Asian at all. It's actually a comedy.
Well, actually, Haas, I don't think they would hire you because you're a straight up psychopath.
So when you put black people in these extremely inappropriate positions
What?
to represent people who in no way were black at all or could possibly be black, what you're doing is mocking.
Oh my
black
God!
people
Someone
to form
liked that shit.
blackface.
Oi.
Want to know the real blackface? It's that. Because
What?
you know what?
I know.
saw black I did laugh.
No,
I did laugh.
no.
I
The
did.
wow, no, the black guy is doing blackface by being black. This guy's good. This guy's funny.
Find it funny that there was a Targaryen with white hair, and all the Targaryens are. They're all here. They're a bunch of white, pale people with white hair.
Who cares?
For some reason, there's just a
Who
black
ca-
guy.
Who
I found that
cares?
hilarious. So these are the people on strike, and you could not find a more.
This guy is
useless
petrified.
entity,
Petrified of black men. Based. Yeah, look at that. Now that's.
okay? Again, this is.
Oh,
not
don't
class
stop
struggle.
it.
This is not the working class. This is a mockery of class struggle. It's a mockery of the working class. They're LARPing as workers. They're LARPing as the industrial.
Like you're LARPing as a revolutionary. Because you don't know how trade unions work. Oh, he's a Leninist, right? You know, he would, you know, if he was doing the Lenin playbook, he would have said, labor unions, not on my watch. You know, Haas, the chairman Haas.
Industrial working class unionizing in the 1920s, and it's not what they are. It's a bunch of spoiled, entitled parasites.
What do you think?
Petty bourgeois through and through,
How do you know?
who feel entitled to better conditions.
How do you know
Why?
their story?
Because the slop they put out makes money.
He has never talked to a working. I mean, I don't think this could be a surprise to anybody. Haas has never talked to an actual communist. He has never talked to an actual worker. He's never actually talked to people who've had to, you know, sacrifice their time and family for a gig. Haas has never worked a day in his life. Those are baby smooth hands. He has, you know, clickety clacking on the keys there on his keyboard. Not a callus on him.
Money for these companies, even though it's disgusting spiritual.
I said this to my brother, actually, because I saw him today. We were chatting. I said, you know anything about this guy? He said, no. And I told him about, you know, he's doing this shit. And he and I were, we work in, you know, obviously we worked as electricians when there wasn't a stoppage. We said straight up, guys like him, guys like Haas, Infrared, they act all tough, and they act like, you know, they're Superman. He wouldn't last until lunch. The pace that not only writers' rooms, but any aspect of Hollywood moves a mile a minute, and you better keep up, or you're deemed unreliable, and you never work again. I wish I was kidding. Haas has never had to worry about that. He has no idea what it's like in a Hollywood studio, working for one. I would really like to have a conversation with him. Let's see if, well, actually, we'll see later. I'd like to get in touch with this gentleman. I'd like to educate him on what it actually is like to work in Hollywood, especially, you know, even as a writer. Because if this gentleman here were to work you know, If this guy were to work in any capacity in Hollywood, he wouldn't last until lunch. Fuck, he wouldn't make it to 9 o'clock coffee on a rig crew. As soon as the pace changes, you start up or slow down, this guy would get really upset, have an opinion on what to do, start a fight, because I've seen guys like this. And then they'll call the hall and say, never hire this guy again. So this is coming from this here is coming from a perspective from a guy who has never worked a day in his life, or is terminally unhireable, which is why he went to streaming.
Poison. Okay, this is an extremely fat woman, and I am gonna go there because
what? Because you got nothing else.
This is the oppressed working class, and it's literally Jabba the Hutt. I think they confused.
Oh. He got the bed with Oh my god. He said the fat woman is Jabba the Hutt. Ah! What a It's a knee slapper.
For the Mandalorian for a writer, because this is actually just Jabba the Hutt here. And how big?
He doesn't watch shit, because if he actually wanted to do a correct Star Wars reference, he would have just said Boba Fett, because, Jabba isn't around in Mandalorian. His kids are. So, strike 2 for, Commander Jackass.
That just shows you what they're doing all day. They're eating Cheetos all day in their office. You know what? All of these people are special snowflakes who went to some creative college and finally got...
He despises that there are potentially people in the world who are smarter than him. And usually, people who are not even well-read can just read or have something that they can contribute artistically. He sees no value in this because he is a talentless, artless schmuck. He's a nobody. He's a loser.
Got the job, and they think they're somehow special because of that. It doesn't make you special. Here's my terms and conditions for the writers who are on strike.
Oh boy, here we go.
Here's the working conditions that I think would be fair to them. Hopefully this resolves the conflict. This is a just solution.
All right, lay it on.
Both parties should be happy with it.
All right, spit it out.
They should get a $0 salary.
What?
What they get is a cardboard box, prime real estate as far as the various homeless encampments.
All right, he's not.
In the Los
All
Angeles
right,
area.
so he's not serious about this at all.
And they get a free, this is extremely generous of me saying, free notebook, free pen, although it may or may not have ink.
Oh, he hates it. He hates people who write.
And
He
they
hates
dog food.
he
They get
hates
one
people
scrap of
who
dog food
are
a day,
smarter
just
than him.
enough to keep them alive. And they can have access to sewage water. And every once in a while, the producers will, or whoever, will come down to the Skid Row or wherever they're going to live with their hands behind their back, and they're going to just kind of be like, oh, what are your new ideas? And then as they explain their ideas, they're just going to walk away pretending like they're listening, and they're just going to mouth it off into the void. And then meanwhile, AI...
You heard it here. Oh, he said AI. Let's see what he said.
AI will just create these garbage, cheap shows and movies.
So Hollywood is going to keep making garbage and cheap movies, and you don't like that. But the people who could potentially stop it and breathe more life into the stuff that they write because they have better working conditions and the quality of life is better, so that wouldn't happen, yet you don't like them because they're smarter than you. Oh, Haas. Oh, man. Oh, Haas.
that we are so grateful for in their stead. This is a humane solution to these.
Hang on. What is it? Yeah, we're gonna. There we go. Good. All right.
These people. I'm giving this is a humane. And then as they explain their ideas, they're just gonna walk away pretending like they're listening, and they're just gonna
Yeah.
mouth it off into the void. And then meanwhile, AI will just create these garbage, cheap shows and movies that we are so grateful for in their stead. This is a humane solution to these people. I'm giving a humane solution. It's a humane solution. They are not ready to realize that they're useless. So my compromise for the writer's strike is basically that the production teams pretends like the writers are actually writing the script. Just allow them to think that. These are the people that are creating.
This guy, he's a laugh riot. Oh, these canned, he should write these sitcoms. This canned laughter. He's got a whole pantry of canned laughter. Stop drilling, you hit oil. Oh, Haas. Oh, Haas.
A lot of great things. Honestly, a lot of great things. Like, I genuinely needed in my life, okay? In my lifetime, I know it's a shame that this strike is happening because
oh yeah, now you feel bad.
I so desperately wanted to see that movie about Bill Clinton where he's a black man, I did need to see Joan of Arc played by a black man.
Oh, nothing.
I needed to see Joan of Arc played by Terry Crews in my lifetime. Okay? I wanted to see it. I need to see it. But it's not going to happen, thanks, because these people are on strike. We're never going to see Terry Crews play Joan of Arc. Okay?
No, what a tragedy.
We're never going to see that. And that's sad. We need Dylan Mulvaney to play Abraham Lincoln. And it's not going to happen.
Oh my God, another one! Another one!
That's what I need to see.
Oh my God, Haas, the hits just keep on coming.
Class goes on strike. No more Black Vikings. Whenever the workers show their power and the workers go on strike, for the union makes us strong. We are the ones who toil.
Oh, now.
This land.
Oh, they don't call Haas the voice for nothing, baby.
Black Vikings would sail on your TV screens. We are the ones that make documentaries about Alexander the Great as an obese black woman. This is the union struggle all over again. Just like in the 1920s when coal miners were unionizing and shit. This is the same thing. Speaking of Starbucks.
Oh my God! Again,
I saw something
we haven't
shocked me, actually.
Run out of treasure from that vein, have we?
This is a literal Starbucks United video. I need you to understand the type of working class we're dealing with when they say this is the working class. By the way, the CPUSA is saying.
That's weak, Haas. Oh, the pink-haired person. Whoa, that's not working class because I didn't pop a boner.
This is the vanguard of communist struggle in the United States. The vanguard of realizing communism in the United States is none other than this.
At work today, I was sent home for having an odor.
This is an example of the plight of the Starbucks baristas struggling to unionize. This person...
No, it's not, Haas. Yeah, you made... Do you have another 11 minutes of body shaming jokes? Or are you gonna, realize that they're striking because they're not getting paid enough? Like, how does this guy tie his shoes without breaking his neck or something?
Had an odor at Starbucks and was sent home.
Okay.
And they claim this is an example of them being oppressed.
No, they're not getting paid enough.
To shower,
what the hell are you talking about, Haas?
to them is a form of oppression. As a barista.
Haas.
And this is really just one of those clips you can smell. Okay? This is really just one of those clips.
Yeah, I'm smelling
you.
Really
just smell. I love this video because the way they look at the camera, they're like, today I was sent home today for having an odor.
Oh my
sorry,
god, this is like 20 minutes of
fucking
fucking nothing.
You're putting this in quotation marks. Like, this is somehow, there's some, like, nefarious, ulterior reason.
No, dude, it's because they're not getting paid, man.
Like shit. This is somehow farcical. As if the way you smell is some kind of cis heteronormative conspiracy.
You don't know.
Basic standards of hygiene are now
Haas.
some kind of cis normative patriarchal conspiracy to keep you down and fire you for no reason. It can't just be that you actually smell like shit.
That's not what they're.
Smell is a social
they're not what they're
Smell like shit.
striking about, you
take
fucking
showers,
idiot.
And you're using this as an example of oppression and why baristas need to unionize. Because they want to show up to work not having to shower.
Our store manager, Faith, pulled me to the back to talk about something. Sam was asked to be my witness. She said that last week someone told her that I had an odor.
Which is, I'm sure, very hard to believe on our end.
And she then said that today I smelled of sweat and offered to get me deodorant.
Okay, so that's not why.
Deodorant.
To go back to work because I said I didn't.
So all right, who cares? Who cares?
The start doing all the work for me, take as oppression.
Oh my god, who
is
cares?
something so minuscule.
So what about the writers?
In terms of what you actually add to society. And furthermore, you're also entitled, which means you accost people on the street of society.
I missed that.
As getting sent home for smelling bad. How long we'd be actually willing to strike? I don't know, dude. How long do you think it'll take 11,000 unemployed writers to run out of sign ideas?
Oh,
okay, you
boy.
can have all the signs you want. You're going to be no different than all the homeless vagrants running around LA being annoying crackheads accosting people on the street.
How do you know that that's what they're going to do? Oh, what a fucking...
I hope
what
you know
a guy.
There's no difference between you and a lumpen crackhead. You're both parasites. You're both, functionally speaking, jobless in terms of what you actually add to society.
Said the pot to the kettle. Huz, what the hell have you done, dude? What the hell have you done besides, fluff up cult leaders in their fucking... Oh my god. I'm cursed. He cursed me. The curse of Chairman Haas. Oh no.
And furthermore, you're also entitled, which means you accost people on the street, whether
That
you're
done with it.
begging for money that you're going to spend on drugs,
Oh, what a...
you're begging for a higher salary. You are functionally and sociologically no different than a homeless crackhead in that very same street you're walking on.
What?
I just wish they'd start having the lifestyle of crackheads instead of having this hot, pretentious LA lifestyle, living in their apartments, and going to Soho House all the time and going to brunch and you know what I mean? Like, you need to start living like a crackhead too, because there is no... Why do crackheads have to live more... You know what? We need to organize.
Haas, I don't know what this has to do
LA
with,
and start organizing the crackheads. I'm gonna give signs to the crackheads.
yeah,
and they're
based.
gonna
Go
say,
ahead.
These writers have ludicrously capacious salaries compared to me. The crackhead's gonna say, I only get a few bucks a day. These writers get $100,000 a year, and I only get a few bucks every day. And I want there to be a class struggle between the homeless crackheads in downtown Los Angeles and the entitled writers.
Los Angeles! The crackheads!
Here's Jay Leno.
The crackheads must be purged from Los Angeles. I am Haas Infrared. See me rise. Now that guy I would watch. This is just the most pathetic. This is the most pathetic excuse for a communist I think I've ever seen. Like, I wish I was being hyperbolic. Like, this is a guy that not only doesn't know anything about the media he consumes, but has no idea how a labor force actually works and organizes. This guy rules. This guy is a cool, cool guy.
And he's such a good guy. You know, at the end of the day, listen, I'm Jay Leno.
Or Jay Leno.
Come give donuts to these striking workers.
Jay Leno doing Lumpy Space Princess.
You know, I'm Jay Leno.
Don't take that. Dude, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. This is like the most base thing Jay Leno has ever done. You know, big jump. Again, big jump from, you know, kicking Conan off of his deserved and time slot and now deciding, you know, he's going to be pro-worker and support the writers. That's awesome. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth, you fucking idiot. That's a perfect jumping point to be like, yeah, look at the popularity of striking, you know, amongst people of all classes. This is how you unite the classes. Jay Leno is on one of the most successful comics and talk show hosts of all time, is out there supporting workers. Like that, you know, some people grew up with Jay Leno and they're seeing him on the line. That's, you know, I'm not saying he's a little red book socialist. I'm saying, you know, use this as an opportunity to get people on board towards class unity. But as we found out, Haas is not serious about that. He's not serious about any of it because he doesn't know how it works. And people who tell him how it works, they're seen as the petite bourgeoisie for no other reason than them literally just being smarter than him. It's a weird way to live, not for nothing. A really weird way to comport yourself on the internet. I don't know. I wouldn't. I don't think this was the take. I don't think this was the take because it makes you look like you don't know what you're talking about. Almost like you're a fool. That we point and laugh at the clown. Which is what we're doing right now. Pointing and laughing at the clown. Let's finish this video only because I want to see how much I can sketch in this panel here. I think I'm just going to sketch out the sequences, you know? So how it's going to work, we're going to sketch out the sequences, and then, you know, over the next, you know, couple days, we're going to ink it and make it nicey nice. But right now, I think today we're just going to, you know, draft Super Steam World.
You know, I'm an ordinary guy. I've been lifelong Democrat. I help the workers.
He's doing more than you are, dude.
See, he could actually give those to homeless people, and he won't. I support lumpen class warfare. Because they're both the same class. They're both lumpen.
No, they're not.
They're both these parasites. We just need to support the homeless crackheads against...
Yo, not for nothing.
The LA writers. Listen. I look.
Not for nothing, but going back to the inclusivity study that we were just looking at, people who have been marginalized the most and people who are the most prolific victims of a capitalist society are the people who have surged the members whose all those numbers went up, but they surged. The reason why the fight is so strong is because they know if there's going to be no job to go back to. And not just for writing, but for anything. They have to start over, and that's hard for women of color, disabled people, people over the age of 55 in Hollywood. This is a massive quality of life issue, and we've heard almost a half an hour of dithering nothingness. He's just dumber than a sack of rocks, but it's very funny.
So Jay Leno is in an interview. In an interview, you were giving donuts. Listen, I'm a down for it guy. You gotta support the workers,
Yeah, Jay. What's wrong?
We're all out here in Hollywood trying to make it. We're all workers out here in Hollywood, We're all the working class. We're pretty much the same as construction workers.
All right, Haas, spit it out. You're distracting me.
In the 1920s, it's all one working class, right? I'm Jay Leno. Here, have some donuts, all right? I support you. This thread is of my favorite picket signs. Those signs are on the tag and get credit. Just give up one yacht. No! Why don't you give up your job? Because AI can replace it at any moment.
What is so because they are people who you don't perceive, you Haas, Chairman Haas, don't see as working class. You're rooting for the billionaire class to basically obliterate one of the core, pillars of American labor and culture. Because you don't think that they're, because you don't see them in hard hats. Like I said, this was the take he decided to go to the internet with, so we're gonna deal with it as it comes.
Let's replace studio executives with AI.
All right.
You probably couldn't do that though, but you could be. See, they even talk about this. Like, you can't replace an executive with AI.
You can.
AI always needs a master, but you can be replaced with AI. Sure, I support AI. All our terms being met in a fair and timely manner. And what's your leverage? Because what's your
being
leverage?
The backbone of the shows that are popular,
this is the
dude.
homeless crackhead shit I'm talking about. Can we make this contract more accessible to a wider audience? My edible kicked in, and I'll do this all night. Okay, so this is a drug addict.
Oh my God.
Getting high off of drugs on the street. And it's like...
What? What do you think? Getting high and eating an edible. Does he think she's not swallowing black tar heroin, you silly goose? It's weed. What a fucking, what a goon.
Like, it speaks for itself. Oh, when the homeless crackhead with feces throws a bucket of diarrhea on you. First high as shit on crack.
Okay, first of all, if they're homeless, first of all, Haas, smart guy, if they're homeless and they spend all their money on crack, how did they get the bucket full of diarrhea, huh? How did they get the money to collect it? So, first of all, now you've disproved your own point that they didn't go and buy drugs with that money. They went a bucket to buy, to put their shit in, literally. Not only that, but a bucket of diarrhea. That takes a lot of time. That takes a lot of time and a lot of labor. Especially when you're homeless and can't eat anything, don't have money to eat anything. Wow, I mean, I must have been wrong. I got this guy all wrong. He's playing 4D chess here. He's playing 4D chess. The homeless people on the street, they're the billionaires. Oh my God, 5 more minutes, end my suffering.
In public high on drugs, but the homeless crackhead can't. There's no difference between this and a homeless crackhead.
Look, I I missed the soundtrack. I don't have the laugh. But now it's like we were having a sitcom. But there's no laughter. It's like that was those edits of Friends. Oh no.
The homeless crackhead can't. There's no difference between this and a homeless crackhead. Except this one gets paid a lot of money to do nothing.
What?
This is the biggest
What?
SJW. Can we make this contract more accessible to a wider audience? Oh, I hate them! I hate them!
Wait, whoa.
I'm literally like a feeling I want to be a villain right now. This bitch with glasses is mocking us about how they make these shows to be inclusive to a wider
Wait a
audience.
minute,
That's
wait.
the language they use. Worthless, no talent, no nothing.
Wait, this isn't. What am I watching?
All they do is sit at the bureaucracy.
What am I watching?
Make it more accessible.
Oh.
This triggers me. Haz Aldin is triggered by this face, this smile, everything about this person triggers me on an this is my enemy. This is the face of my enemy. This is the face of my enemy. No, this. They're wearing glasses.
Oh my God. Oh, whoa.
I gotta calm down.
Haz. You done? Let's bring it in for a moment. That was a writer's joke. Can we make this contract more accessible to a wider audience is a note that showrunners give to writers. That has nothing to... That had nothing to do with woke shit or anything like that. That was a joke that was based on a note. An actual note. And used to... Oh, Haz. Oh, he's going super... Oh, he's going super tanky! He went... Whoa, he went fucking Kaioken! Oh. What an asshole!
Breathing in, breathing out. To be fired.
Wow!
So badly.
But
This boils my blood. This has power. Because they went to college and they got motivated by a formal institution with institutional credentials to wreak havoc on public life.
Wreak
and
havoc.
public art.
What the hell are you...
If you want it to be accessible, make
Whoa,
it free.
oh God.
You know what, you white I'm gonna make my own show. I'm gonna make a show about suffragettes. And I'm gonna play the main character. I'm gonna.
Oh, there it is.
I'm not even gonna wear a dress or nothing. I'm just gonna be a big dude in a white beater, and I'm gonna go on red pill rants, and I'm gonna say this is accessible to Harry.
He actually would love to do that. Nothing would make this man happier than putting on a brassiere and making red pill talking points. Watch, in the next 5 years, he'll become the next trans conservative streamer. We'll see it, and he'll be a big beautiful lady. Oh my god. That was that was so awesome. That was so cool. Haas is such a cool guy. Okay, I think we've seen enough. So here's the thing about Haas, right? You could get mad. You could get really mad, rightfully so. Actually, let's go. Let me. Where's the web server? There it is. Okay, so let me tell you something about Haas, right? A cultureless, talentless buffoon, a clown, an absolute. Uh-oh, where's my shirt? Uh-oh, let me. I'm just gonna find my shirt here. I didn't want to. I realized as I went to the other screen that my shirt was gone, and you could see my gaping uh, abscess. uh, there we go. Let's copy that. Oh, excuse me. Paste as a new source. By the way, again, this is carbonated peach milk. They did a fantastic job with this this chicken. I enjoyed it a great deal. And I enjoyed it so much, it's now a t-shirt. I wouldn't sell it though. I'm not selling this. You know, I wouldn't make a t-shirt out of your art and sell it. That would be pretty lousy. I would never do that to you, carbonated peach milk. You do good work. Now watch me put my shirt on. All right. So I think I've heard enough of this guy. Um, this is not a communist. This is this is a mentally unwell person who has a platform. Uh, his chat here, you know, I'll bet you a majority of these guys, they're not looking to old they're not looking to Commandante here for any sound political takes. They're looking to laugh at the clown. You don't believe me? Look, I want to make something, you know, before you had Peter Griffin, before you had Homer Simpson, even before you had Fred Sanford, and you know, Fred Flintstone. Well, actually, no. I was about to say Jackie Gleason. No, no, no. Archie Bunker. Yeah, you have the despicable clowns that are in most adult animation, like Peter Griffin and Jason. You can trace all that back to Archie Bunker from All in the Family. And for those of you keeping score at home, All in the Family was a sitcom in the '70s about a white middle class family. What was the middle class? Um, a white middle class family in the '70s, and their neighborhoods changing around them, and you know, it's basically like growing up in a new age, the post social post Voting Rights Act. You know what I'm saying? Post Voting Rights Act, a little bit after Vietnam. Yeah, a lot of things were changing. Um, and you had this guy who was so afraid of change and so we'll see a couple clips from him here. Now watch what let's just watch this moment here from season 7.
Admittance, Betancourt speaking. Ay, nena, me encantaría comer contigo, sí, cuando. Ajá, y las dos muchachas. Dos quieren comer chino y dos quieren comer kosher delicatessen.
Kosher delicatessen. Why do I have to listen to this?
Well, listen, put him on. Let me talk to him. Mira, what's wrong with eating Italian? I'm dying for a big pizza with everything on it.
You have to talk about food?
Would you shut up? With cheese and anchovies and sausages and pepperoni. I am so hungry.
I hope you got a spare uniform, because in a minute I'm gonna vomit on you.
Mira, me tengo que ir, que estoy admitiendo un gringo loco aquí. Okay, ciao. Sí, okay. What's the name of your insurance company?
Fiddle tie.
Excuse me?
Here, it's written down here. Fiddle tie, fiddle tie.
That's Fidelity.
3 steps.
So, a boorish fool. Oh, the communist tier list. I queued this up because another we're gonna clue in. Excuse me. On what this guy. Oh, and this one. Oh yeah, I had a whole thing lined up, but yeah. So my point is we could get mad at boorish, idiotic behavior. Or we can say, look at these fucking assholes walking around acting like this, thinking they know everything. And yet, are constantly a day late and a dollar short. Built prisons of their own designs, There's also, more clips of, just straight up, like, abject racism from Archie. And just the overall, unswarthiness of the gentleman himself. But when Norman Lear wrote the character of Archie Bunker, he wanted to have people basically look and laugh at the clown. Laugh at the clown. No rational person would act like this. And yet, here we have, this guy. So why not point and laugh at the absurdity? The problem is that I think too many people of that generation looked to Norman Lear's show and looked at Archie Bunker and said, he's just like me for real. So instead of taking it as parody, it's now seen as validation. The guy on the TV, and TV during Vietnam was another beast. So I think ultimately Norman Lear's messaging got diluted rather, not diluted like crazy, diluted. The border between reality and fiction in Archie Bunker is so blurry. And we see it today. Like, we see it when Jordan Klepper goes and talks to all the Trumpers. That and Archie Bunker, every one of them that go to these conventions, that go to these rallies, they're, they walk around thinking their shit don't stink, and yet they haven't even bothered to check the bottom of their shoes. So, when it comes to guys like Haas, right? I think the most constructive thing we could possibly do is not get mad, but just laugh at him. Not with him. No. Not laugh with him. Laugh at him. Because he wants to stir the pot. He wants to, cause trouble. And he wants to, have his points across, even though, there was none in a half-hour period. Look, even the times I recover after losing my thought, those sentences have more salience than a fucking half an hour of an edited clip of Haas, talking about what he deems as working class, which, I wouldn't want a world in which, you know, Haas is right. Fortunately, we don't live in that world. But, yeah. So instead of being angry at guys like Haas, you go back to the fun times. The times where, oh, this one, Haas Infrared. Oh, he's also signed up with this fucking MAGA communist shit that, what's his name does? Yeah, alright, so. We're dealing with the sack of hammers here. A man has been replaced with a sack of hammers. Let's see. Oh, alright, well, this sucks. I can't find it, and I'm not wasting everybody's time looking for it. But it's out there. He said, he just, the point of him having sex and having a woman go to completion is so that she could tell her friends. She'll be talking about you all right, Haas, but not in the respect that you want. She's gonna say, I met this fucking Lebanese Archie Bunker, and he couldn't get it up for a half an hour, so I just left. That's what they're gonna say. Speaking of which, I think I have also proof positive of this this attitude, because I just pulled this up. Not just pulled it up, I had it up. But, something Haas I don't think would ever say. Haha! This. So, from what I get from this short, this is going to be another example of him making fun of somebody that he doesn't deem as the working class.
Regardless of their ideology, like, it doesn't matter if they are conservative or liberal. Why wouldn't you want, like, the masses, all the workers,
Correct,
to join your movement?
correct.
Instead of just picking
liberal
one.
working class.
Yeah, there is.
I am one.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a stripper. Why don't you bring...
What, so that was the highlight? And I thumbs downed it, by the way. I didn't like it. I just want to make sure everybody knows that we're, now that we're on this space together. Haas, I didn't like this video I didn't like this short very much. Nor do I like you very much. I don't think most of the leftist sphere don't particularly are not particularly fond of you, and I can see why. So we've determined that Haas only deems what he thinks is valuable to him and working, and for the quote unquote working class that he has envisioned for himself that doesn't exist. So strippers aren't important, movies or anything, and yet what? This guy is in the same, atmosphere as Jackson Hinkle, who's like, is trying to pull this macho man tough guy shit. I think, this is what I mean. This is Archie Bunker shit. This is confusing. Also, it also makes you look like a fucking idiot because you don't think sex is hard work. Well, if I was fucking you, probably wouldn't be. Probably a sex worker for Haas is like, that's a union pay. That's a union rate. In for a minute, paid for an hour. What a goon. What a goon. But this is I think is the shit we're gonna really have a great... Oh, chat disabled for this premiere. I can't imagine why. Let's figure this out.
What I'm gonna do tonight is we're gonna be ranking communists. So let's get to it. We're gonna be ranking.
All right, we're ready. Hold on, let me pull up my sketchpad. I'm still still keep drawing because I'm according to Soul Bunny, I am in the white leftist industrial complex, so in order for me to make the wads of cash making long-form political cartoons, I better get back to work. Where the hell is my, There's the fucking window. I had it up here. There it is. Oh my god. Alright, can everybody see? Alright, well, it doesn't matter. I will, be right back. I gotta, use the latrine real fast, so. More shenanigans. More shenanigans shortly. I'll be right back.
I was supposed to be the first one to go. I know I always used to kid you. Are you going first? You know I never meant none of that. And that morning when you was laying there, I was shaking you, yelling at you to go down and fix my breakfast. I didn't know. You had no right to leave me that way. Without giving me just one more chance to say I love you. She was the one who was supposed to stay down here with you, you know. Not me. 'Cause I ain't no good at none of this. Oh, well. I'll tell you what we do. On Saturday, you know. I'll borrow Murray's car. And you and me would take a little ride to the cemetery.
Can we bring flowers?
Yeah, sure. What kind?
Carnations.
Oh, yeah, carnations. She was always crazy about carnations. Come here. Are you all right now?
I'm all right.
Ah, just in time, huh? Yep, that was the episode where Archie Bunker's wife Edith has died. And you see, you know, the core of Archie Bunker's character, and that he's a sad and lonely man. Maybe that's the same of Haas, a lonely and sad man, of which I have no sympathy. So anyway, let's see. Let's see who this fucking guy has on his list, huh? Oh, God. I'm gonna take a wild guess, and I'm gonna say all the guys that are on the flag: Marx, Engels, Stalin, Lenin, and Mao. Those are all going to be S tier for Haas. I'm banking on it. I'll bet any amount of money.
Ranking famous communists, and oh boy, I'm excited to do this.
I'm sure you
let's
are.
do it. Okay, so this is just like they put all the best ones in. Marx, Engels, Lenin, Stalin. I don't think anyone else is gonna make it up there.
I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! Ah! God, I hate being right! Ah! Oh, what a child. These two are fine. They just, sometimes the theory turns into doctrine when we're talking about these two, especially when this guy gets in here. But yeah, this guy dismantled workers' unions and constructed a monopoly of the state. This guy was too crazy even for Lenin. And Mao, fine revolutionary, but in trying to get China up to speed, as it were, he killed a lot of people. A lot of people died as a result of that. And the thing is, to Haas, he probably would have it. He probably has the expression, one person is a death, 1,000 people is a statistic, which I think that's a Stalin quote. He probably has that tattooed on his ass.
To be honest, I'm pretty convinced no one else is going to make it. Now, Chairman Gonzalo is going to E, which is generous because I should give him an F, but I'm giving him E. And the reason I'm going to give him an E is because he's kind of this interesting Kantian fanatic. And he did boil babies alive and shit, but is he worse than
what?
Gorbachev? I don't know. Probably
No,
not.
who's counting when you're boiling babies?
Khrushchev is actually going into F, okay? Oh, Brezhnev. I think Brezhnev is C tier. I don't hate Brezhnev. I think Brezhnev...
What am I fucking watching?
I have relative sympathy for Brezhnev for some reason. I just think Brezhnev was a little red pill sometimes on, his whole orientation. He's kind of a hardliner a little bit. And I don't know, the Brezhnev era of the... I like Soviet stagnation. Tarkovsky, all that. I like this...
I just don't give a fuck. Sorry, Haas. Let me tell you, here's the thing. I initially wanted to be like, let's laugh at the Lebanese Archie Bunker. But I don't know. I don't know a majority of these fucking people. I mean, I was just anticipating the top, the ones on the flag were the S tier, and I was not disappointed. So
Stagnation. This is just so obvious. He's going last. Yuri Andropov. Is that him?
oh, he's a simp for the Berlin Wall. I see.
No, probably D. This guy, Chernenko. I don't know that too much about him. Okay. Melenkov. I think Melenkov.
Yeah, we're just going on vibes. Molotov.
He failed. He failed to beat Khrushchev. I can't really give him a B or an A because I like.
He
winners.
didn't win.
Melenkov wasn't a winner. Molotov is in the same boat. Voroshilov. That's a B tier if I ever saw him. If not an A tier. I mean, I'm close to having it be A. Maybe I'll move him up. Trotsky's F. I mean, that's an F. Right? I mean, if you get worse than Gorbachev, you just beat Trotsky. Sverdlov, B tier. Bukharin, I'm gonna put him before Trotsky because I think Bukharin is.
I like that Trotsky, who I think we could safely say was erased from history by Stalin and his flunkies. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me that Haas would put him as F because, like, he just says to Trotsky, yeah, sucks to suck.
It's in this order, like Khrushchev, then Bukharin, then Gorbachev, then Trotsky. And Zinoviev, I think, right there. Karl Radek. I'll just put her. Looks good there. Palin, good guy. Krupskaya,
He looks good!
I'm tempted to put her in C.
He looks good there!
As far as historical greatness is concerned, not too sure about that one. Rosa Luxemburg. Alright, this one's gonna be tough.
Oh, let's see.
It's either gonna be C or B, and you know what it's looking like to me? It's looking like, because she never got it. I like Luxemburg. She's a hero. She's a heroic martyr. But, I don't like valorizing.
You know what? Let's watch the Japanese guy. Japan's most humiliating man. Here is the meme of Japan's most embarrassing man ever.
This guy's
wow.
meltdown became Japan's biggest meme.
I wish I knew what he was saying. But
Alright, you might feel bad for him, but let me assure you, he's a massive idiot. The whole story starts with Nonomura Ryutaro, this guy, working a boring office job at City Hall in a small town. He had actually been there for 15 years when one day he saw a man on the news that changed his life forever. Nonomura knew this guy. They went to the same high school. His name was Hashimoto Toru, and he was headline news after becoming the new governor of Osaka in a landslide victory. This made Nonomura jealous. He had the same educational background, including graduating from a top university. Why couldn't that be him on TV? So, Nonomura decided, at the ripe age of 41, he was going to quit his job and become Japan's next political sensation.
Awesome.
There was only one
Reach for the stars,
in
pal.
high school, Hashimoto Toru was a Chad rugby star.
Cool.
By the time he entered politics, he was already a popular TV lawyer. As for Nonomura, he was kinda a loser. He didn't let that faze him, though, and within...
What, like... debate, like, not debate club. What level of loser are we talking here?
6 months, he had begun campaigning. He chose a small town called Taishi, also in Hyogo. You know what? Our entire story takes place in Hyogo, okay?
Sure.
And ran to be their mayor. There were only 2 other candidates. It couldn't be that hard, right? He got destroyed. He got completely destroyed.
Oh!
He didn't even get 4% of the vote. But Nonomura had the result.
Those are fake numbers. That's like his family and friends. It's like when like I know, like, sometimes, like, even on Twitter, because I don't use Twitter very often. But, like, I'll get maybe 3 views on a tweet or an X or whatever the fuck it is now. And it's just like, oh wow, 3 people out of the whole internet saw it? No, these numbers are fake. Nobody saw the tweet. Nobody saw the tweet, and 3.51 is fantasy. No one actually voted for him.
He got completely destroyed. He didn't even get 4% of the vote. But Nonomura had the resolve of a lion. He was not going to give up until
Hell yeah. Now, what could possibly go wrong? Then he hired Walter. Oh. Oh. Not good. Nope.
Yes, he had finished in last place 4 times in a row.
Yeah,
but
not
his
bad.
Results were getting better over time.
That's not bad.
Couldn't keep losing forever, though. After being unemployed for 3 years, his savings were running out. He had spent all his money on politics and even moved to another city to run in their elections. That city, Nishinomiya, was about to have an election for their
King Carpetbagger. Oh, so cool.
prefectural assembly, basically their state legislature. So Nonomura needed a winning strategy, and fast. Meanwhile, remember Giga Chad Hashimoto Toru? His career was popping off. As the Zoomers say, he was getting the juice. After becoming governor of Osaka, he left the LDP, more like loser Democratic Party, and started his own brand new political party called Osaka Ishin no Kai, or the Osaka Restoration Association, and this party was dominating. By 2016, it would become the 3rd largest opposition party in Japan, and it still is today. The success of the Osaka Restoration Association gave the jealous Nonomura an idea. What if he made his own party too? But what would he call it? The Osaka Restoration Association was already taken, so he couldn't use that name. Unless, enter the Nishinomiya Restoration Association.
Awesome.
He literally just stole Hashimoto's party name to piggyback off of his success. I told you he was a loser. The worst part? It worked. The election took place on April 10th, 2011, and despite his new party-copying strategy, Nonomura still wasn't a favorite to win. But on election day, a miracle happened. The race was selecting 7 seats from 10 candidates, of which a whopping 3 of them represented the LDP, the most popular party in Japan. And all 3 of them could have gotten in, but the LDP f***ed up. One of their candidates got too many votes. 16,000, leaving the other 2 with only 10,882 and 9,503. The perfect situation for Nonomura, who barely came in 7th place by a 400-vote margin. Nonomura Ryutaro, the only member of the Nishinomiya Restoration Association, was now
Did he win?
The Hyogo Prefectural Assembly. And
yeah! What a guy.
Entailed. Because of his deceptive party name and his fluke election result, Nonomura didn't start off on the best foot with his colleagues. But now, he was on the assembly, and he had a second chance to make a better Not, just kidding. We're talking about this guy, remember? Nonomura's
what is he doing?
before the assembly was to give a long patriotic speech. He started off by talking about how his dream was to honor the national anthem, put Japan first, and how he really wanted a wife, and he was putting his body on the line to investigate Hyogo's prefectural dating stories.
That's awesome!
Needless to say, this did not give a good first impression on his peers. But it didn't stop there. Other members of the assembly immediately clocked.
I squint a little bit because I'm doing this, and I look over. I glance over at this guy. He looks like fucking Masahiro Sakurai. Just a little bit. Oh, he looks more like one. But squinted a little bit. You know what Sakurai looks like the war turtle to Shigeru Miyamoto's Blastoise. That's very funny. I want to see Japan's Trump.
Him as a weirdo, so he never managed to make any friends. When
I can't imagine why.
Chosen over him for a committee position, Nonomura sent him an email containing the phrase, "This is a command, not a request."
Awesome. Now really putting his foot.
He also kept nominating himself for leadership positions on the committee, but never got a single vote from another member. Even the people who voted for Nonomura didn't really like him.
That's why I'm saying the first mayoral vote where he got 3.5 like 4%, like lower than 4%, those are all mistakes. Those are all miscounted votes. Nobody voted for this guy.
They felt deceived by his party copying strategy. In a particularly embarrassing moment, the assembly leader forced Nonomura to clarify on the record that his party was not affiliated with the Osaka Restoration Association in any way.
Oh
That
no.
still didn't satisfy voters, so in 2012, he renamed his party to Nishinomiya's Goddess of Hope. Then, in 2013, The Last Hope. And again, to The Last Hope Regional Party. He probably would have continued changing the name of his party, but his career in politics took a bit of a nosedive.
I mean, I can't imagine him
First, by
being
disclosing
corrupt.
my earnings, I ensure I won't lose the public's trust due to conflicts with money in politics. Second, by disclosing my political expenses, I assure there won't be any misuse of funds for personal items. Lastly,
well, famous last words.
Hyogo Assembly negotiations, I will provide transparency, guiding our citizens' voting decisions.
Right.
Prefectural assembly members are given a stipend for political research, and when it comes to political
I'm a sucker
research,
for
let me tell
cartoon
ya,
sounds, so
Nonomura
that
was basically
immediately.
a modern-day Charles Darwin. When he filed his 2013 expense report, he had spent 3 million yen on research trips. 3 million yen. Damn, he must have traveled all over Hyogo researching, right? Well, not
Please.
exactly. He basically
Where did
only
he
went
go?
to 2 places. How did he spend that much money going to only 2 places?
Hookers.
Well, let's just say he was going on a lot of these research trips. In 1 year, he went on 195 of them.
Hookers!
195. Damn, this motherfucker loved to travel. That's like a trip every other day. So where was he going so often? Well, his main destination was the Kinosaki Hot Spring Station. He went there 106 times.
I can't imagine as to why he
where
would.
are these hot springs anyways? Oh, they're on the coast. That's nice. Wait, isn't Nishinomiya all the way down here? A round trip would take 8 or 9 hours and cost like 10,000 yen. Sorry, 15,000 yen. No.
Wait a minute. Also, like, there really is nothing on the South Shore there that he couldn't go
for
to?
First-class tickets each time. But seriously, every other day? It's a bit suspicious. It's almost as if he chose the most expensive ticket to be reimbursed for. Nah, but come on. He's not that dumb. He must have had, like, receipts, right?
No.
Nope. All the trips were fake. In the 3 years he was in office, Nonomura embezzled 8 million yen in business trips.
Wow!
And if the lack of receipts wasn't enough, they also found a whole bunch of itineraries that were actually just impossible. For example, on one day he said he went to the hot springs. Remember, it's a 10-hour trip. He was actually in a meeting. Another one of his fake trips fell on a day where there was record-setting rainfall, and the train he said he took was actually cancelled. He also got caught spending millions of yen in public funds on stamps. Needless to say, when the public found out about his spending, they were pretty upset. But Nonomura knew exactly what to do.
What is he doing? Is he doing the Jerry Springer thing where he's signing checks to prostitutes his name on? Is this what happened?
Press conference. Let's just say it didn't exactly go as planned.
Oh boy. I can only wonder.
At the start, he admitted, he might have messed up on the numbers here and there. He wasn't very good.
You know?
Obviously, this didn't satisfy the press. It only got worse when he responded.
He said, "Please, sir, my tongue is neither slick nor quick, sir."
To questions like, do you remember the route you took 106 times to the
Yes.
Kinosaki Hot Springs?
Nope.
With answers like, I am not an expert on trains. I don't remember. The reporters kept pushing, and eventually Nonomura cracked. His 8-minute rant was more of a collection of yells and cries, but through the few words he managed to get out, people pieced together that he was trying to say, Japan's declining birth rate is more important than my finances.
Oh, he's gonna.
Oh
my God!
Assembly, I have
No
bigger
way.
issues to solve than this.
No way. Is he saying? Is this guy saying the situation is so bad with the birth rate? I'm doing something. I'm doing my part. He's following the You better be careful. If he's got so many baby mamas, he'll end up being like Future, where they'll fucking unionize against him.
It seemed like Nonomura thought he would be able to stay in office after the press conference. And honestly, he might have, if his crying fit didn't make headlines all over the world.
This Japanese politician could not control his emotions.
You're gonna think it's fake. That's an actual Japanese politician.
It was played everywhere.
Oh. A glimpse of a more innocent time.
On the news, it was online, it was even in anime.
Awesome!
It was in games, and of course, it was in memes.
Of course, of course. Awesome. Oh no! Oh no.
The public demanded his resignation, but Nonomura
Or
thought
I demand more memes.
Once the police filed charges against him for falsifying official documents, though, reality started to sink in. He immediately resigned and wire transferred back 18 million yen, his entire political expenditures from the 3 years. People were suspicious that he had that much money in his account ready to send, but whatever. The police raided his home.
Oh no, hold up.
Business trips were fake. Getting Nonomura into a courtroom was pretty difficult, though. He basically delayed the trial for 2 years with excuses, and eventually they had to do something really unprecedented and arrest him and bring him to the courtroom just to get him to show up. At the courthouse, he looked completely different from the
no!
He had his head shaved.
Oh man. Oh wow, he was probably trying to run from the law. Oh god, that's rough. You come in looking like Masahiro Sakurai, you leave looking like Rob Corddry. Life comes at you quick.
And he was wearing glasses. In the trial, when asked about some forged documents, Nonomura blamed the police for the forgery, saying they must have done it after they seized the documents. To make things worse, Nonomura basically answered every question with, "I don't remember." He said this almost 90 times, prompting a stern warning from the judge. Nonomura's excuse was that he had a memory disorder, so they asked him, when was it diagnosed? To everyone's surprise, he immediately answered the exact date of diagnosis. On July 6, 2016, Nonomura Ryutaro was found guilty and given a 4-year suspended sentence. He now runs an online radio show. I made a whole bonus video for you guys.
What is he?
100K subscribers.
He runs an online radio show of what? Of what? Oh my god, I can only wonder. Oh. Golly. Well, it's 8:45. I gotta wrap this up. A little short stream today, I admit. Tomorrow's gonna be a little longer. Tomorrow we're gonna do more stuff. I have to figure out what we're gonna do tomorrow. It's like, just feel yeah, that's when I know time's up, because I'm feeling a little loopy. And yeah, great stream today, y'all. I will be back tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel. We're gonna do more. I think we're just gonna draw tomorrow. I think tomorrow's gonna be like a straight up drawing stream. Yeah, because, god damn. Commandante. Chairman Haas. The Lebanese RG Bunker. I would say it was a good time watching that video, but I gotta say, I did not like it one bit. No. No, sir. Not me. Alright, gang. I will catch you tomorrow, where we will continue more drawing. Alright.